I'm Jonathan Davis, Head of Wales for the Law Society. The Law Society is the umbrella body for solicitors in Wales. We do all of their representation in terms of political, we do their media work, and we promote the sector as much as we can to ensure that as businesses they are as successful as they can be. I've always been in this office. Apparently this was opened in 2002, and prior to this refurbishment it hadn't been touched in those 22 years. It was tired, was the nicest and politest description I can give it. And eventually, after several rounds of internal negotiations, it was agreed that we should have a full refit of this office. We consequently went out to tender, and Powell ended up as our suppliers. Georgia, the lead designer, had put a lot of thought into the bid. Much more thought than other companies that tendered. It was the preparation and the digital walkthroughs and the digital sort of representations of what they could do that we looked at that gave us a much clearer idea of what we thought would work. I walked into the new office and it didn't feel unfamiliar because I'd walked through it many times digitally. It was still lovely to see it in the flesh, but it wasn't as much of a surprise or a change as you would have thought it would have been otherwise, just looking at drawings and swatches and colours, etc. I am no interior designer, but I know the colours that I like. Myself and Jane, the office manager here, with George's advice and looking at different swatches and taking the time to look at the surface finishes, the colour of the cupboards, we ended up with what we wanted. That was an iterative process, was really useful. I'd never had with a designer before. The most telling thing in terms of Nathan and the team was the feedback we had from the building management and reception. Another contractor does an awful lot of work in here. Feedback from the office management was that Powell have been the best company that they've had in here to work with throughout all of the refits that they have done, and that they would consider recommending them in the future. So I was working from home, I was popping in here once a month. The people on site had lots and lots of nice things to say about Nathan and his team.